Alright, man, welcome back to yet again another video on the channel, and today we are going to be bringing guys the second episode of AITA, which if you don't know what that stands for, it means am I the asshole? Now, I made a video on the subreddit about like 2 months ago, and I didn't even notice, but in my backlog the video was apparently picking up a bit, and now has over 100,000 views. So you guys seem to really enjoy that first episode of AITA, so I thought, why not bring you guys another one? Now, for those of you guys that don't know what AITA is, basically it's a subreddit over on Reddit where people post their life stories and ask the question, hey, am I the a-hole in this situation? Did I handle the situation badly? And 9 times out of 10, if you gotta ask Reddit out of all places if you're the a-hole in the situation, chances are, you know, you are the a-hole. And they basically have like hundreds of Redditors judge their life and tell them if they're an a-hole or not. And today, I feel like I got quite the lineup of stories. We got 2 parents that are, to put it simply, bad parents. Yeah, it should be a pretty interesting video today, and I hope you guys enjoy. Before I get into today, if you guys end up rocking the video and you're enjoying my content, go down below, hit that big red button, also enable all notifications, they get notified every single time I drop another video like this. Also, I never really announce this in videos, but I have a second channel. Go sub to that, go get it to 1K subs. I'll be trying to upload on there more, and yeah, with all that out of the way, let's begin. Alright, so the first story we're checking out today is, am I the a-hole for canceling my daughter's therapy because she has bad grades? Now, off that title, yeah, but let's see what you have to say. My daughter, 14, had anxiety problems ever since she was little, but it was not severe. 3 months ago, my daughter changed drastically. She stopped eating, talking to us or her friends, and her marks dropped. We were really concerned, and her teacher strongly suggested we take her to therapy, which we did, and she was diagnosed with severe depression and social anxiety, which was expected. The therapy sessions looked like they helped her well. In the first month, she already began making progress and started talking to us and her friends again, and is eating whatever her mother is cooking. We were really happy to see this, and every day she would get better and better. The thing is, her marks did not improve. They are terrible, and she ended up barely passing the year. This is what infuriated me and made me cancel her therapy sessions. Now, already right off the bat, if the therapy is helping her, right, she's finally got the motivation to just simply eat food again and talk to her friends. Why in the world would you cut that off over her bad grades? Like, you could do what any normal parent would do, and if your daughter's grades are getting really bad, you sit them down at the table, you help them study, you help them get their grades up. You don't cut off the one thing giving them motivation to keep going, you actual fucking Nimrod. I know to some it might sound terrible. Yeah, just normal thing, torturing your daughter mentally because her grades are bad. Off, but paying $120 per session and seeing no progress in her marks makes me feel like I am seriously wasting my money. Dude, it's a therapist, not a damn math tutor. The therapist is there to help your daughter, like, open up and manage her mental illnesses better, which it was working because she was eating food again and talking to you guys. Like, as a father, wouldn't you be happy that your daughter is finally getting better and not cut it off? Like, yeah, the grades may suck, no parent wants to see their kid get all F's, but if that's the case, as I said, you sit them down and you help them study, or you take them to the math tutor so a professional can help your daughter learn. Now that she's returned back to normal. Not only that, but since she really enjoys going to therapy, I think telling her that she needs to get higher marks to continue her therapy sessions will motivate her to study harder, thus score better marks. Oh, aren't you just an absolute a-hole, dude? Like, okay, if you want a reward system for your kid to get better grades, why not say, oh, if you get good grades, I'll buy you this game, or I'll get you this candy, or I'll give you this reward. Your daughter's mental well-being shouldn't be some sort of fucking reward she has to win back, dude. Like, yeah, she enjoys going to therapy. Maybe she's returned back to normal now, but she has to keep going back to therapy to keep returning to normal. If she can no longer go to therapy and you're forcing her to get better grades, despite the fact she clearly has no motivation to do so, you're now just double resetting her progress, and now you just made the problem 10 times worse. My wife disagrees with my logic. Don't use the word logic. And we had a massive argument because of it, which ended up with her saying that she's going to pay from her money, which hurt me since I see my and her money as ours. Bro, you're the one hurt. Put yourself in your daughter's shoes. My daughter is also really upset at me and was begging to keep her therapy sessions, but I think I'm going to stick to this plan. Am I the a-hole here? Well, yes, in this situation, you are indeed a massive, immeasurable, Elon Musk rocket science level a-hole, dude. I've never seen a dad care care less for their daughter's well-being more than you. Like, I get it, grades are an important part of a child's, early well-being, don't get me wrong, but I've never understood as to why some parents are willing to hold grades, like an A+ on a paper, over their daughter's mental well-being, because whether you want to, accept it or not, this is literally torturing your daughter, because let's break this down, right? Your daughter has severe depression. You take away the one thing helping her with that, and not only that, you force her to time crunch her schoolwork, despite the fact she barely has motivation to wake up in the morning, so now she has to try extra hard and get good grades when she has no motivation to do so, which long-term will burn her out even more and make her more depressed. Now, the dad apparently did send his daughter back to therapy after this blow up on Reddit, and he got shamed for it, thank God, but I just don't know how you think of that in the first place, bro. Like, oh my God. Am I the a-hole for using parental controls on my daughter even after she turns 18? Bro, what? Am I, 37-year-old female, the a-hole for refusing to remove parental controls for my daughter's 17 female electronic devices even after she's an adult? All of my kids, 17 female, 15 male, 10 female, have parental controls enabled on their devices, and I have a device that limits their internet access. The controls restrict the internet and apps, specifically content they can access, max time they can use apps, games, and internet for, and a set bedtime, 8 p.m. 8 p.m. bedtime, what the fuck? Where all the internet and most apps turn off. For the 17-year-old, she has fairly relaxed controls. The main thing is that they turn off at night, 8 p.m., and there's time limits. Okay, right off the bat, bro, in my opinion, a 17-year-old shouldn't have parental controls on her phone in the first place. Like, okay, for the 15 and the 10-year-old, that's understandable, but this girl is 17. She's about to be a legal adult, almost legally old enough to fuck, and you still have a bedtime of 8 p.m. like that? That's just way too controlling, in my opinion. I do not look at what website she visits or anything like that, and she can access social media, texting, FaceTime, etc. I do sometimes restrict her access if she has late homework, I guess understandable, didn't do her chores like multiple days in a row, or otherwise misbehaves, but this is rare. She questioned if I could take them off her devices when she turned 17, so we did a trial. She has a history of depression. We started using parental controls like this when she was in therapy under the advisement of her treatment team, and over the 5 weeks she had them disabled, she began isolating, staying up all night, not doing things she enjoys, and falling asleep in online class. Well, at that point, you just gotta talk to your daughter and actually step up to the plate as a parent. You can't blame the technology for everything. Eventually, you gotta, take some accountability as a parent, and plus, I don't blame her for slacking off so much, because when you shelter them so much and you, are this controlling, once again, ancient freedom, and you're not, helping them manage that, they're gonna go wild. Like, you can't blame the technology for every little issue. I put them back on, had her go back to see her therapist, and she quickly went back to her old self. Straight A student who was asleep by 10, reads multiple books a week, runs track cross country, volunteers, and plays in the orchestra. She contends I overreacted and she was fine. She brought it back up this week. She'll be attending college part-time in the fall. Morning will be high school classes, afternoon will be college classes, and turns 18 in December. After putting some thought into it, I told her I would be willing to negotiate some changes, like a later bedtime, but that as long as I was paying for her internet and cell phone, I'd continue to use the controls, even after she turns 18, if I feel like she needs them. Like, that shouldn't even be in the question at all, dude. Like, your daughter is gonna be a legal adult. She should not have parental controls on her phone at all, because your little girl is now gonna be an adult. She's now gonna be on her own in this world and has to learn to take care of herself and be, responsible and self-limit, right? The fact that you are still controlling her after all of this time isn't gonna help her, because, bro, kids that are sheltered all their life and don't get any bit of freedom, whose parents don't trust them at all, they end up not learning a lot of very important skills you need to utilize to advance in your adult life. Know what I'm saying? And a bedtime of 8 p.m. for a 10 and 15-year-old, bro. When I was 8 years old, I didn't have a bedtime at 8 p.m., bro. Are you kidding me? Like, you should be trying to parent your kids, trying to teach them stuff, not control them. Like, if my mom controlled me this much and didn't allow me to do anything without her watching over me, I would not talk to her again, because why would I want to go back to that controlling lifestyle? And somebody in the comments who's a parent mentioned that once her daughter goes off to college, she's gonna let loose. Like, she's gonna be doing all the drugs, drinking all the alcohol, and slinging it back on every single dude. And I believe that, because they're gonna want to make up for all the time they've spent sheltered under their parents' control, not able to have any inch of fun whatsoever. So yeah, in my opinion, you are the a-hole. I don't even think a 16-year-old should have parental controls on their phone if they're mature enough, let alone an 18-year-old. But yeah, guys, just my thoughts on the whole situation. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. But yeah, that's all I got for you today. If you enjoyed the the video and want to see more like it, click one of the thingies popping up to see more. Also, go down below and leave a like so I know to make more videos like this. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.